After a promising start coming out of the All-Star break, beating the Raptors, the Hornets get annihilated by the Bucks. Let's go, YouTube. Sports is life. Welcome back to the channel, Charlotte Hornets fans. I appreciate all the support, all the likes, all the comments. Let's get into it. The Charlotte Hornets came into the year with a playoff mandate. You have LaMelo Ball, a promising rookie showing superstar potential. You have a most improved player, Miles Bridges, getting better and better. Then you had veterans Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward, which, to be fair, Gordon Hayward you can't really rely on because he always gets injured. But suffice to say, the Charlotte Hornets came in with a playoff mandate. As it currently stands, they are 10th in the East, and they are looking lost. Just lost. They got annihilated by the Milwaukee Bucks. They got beat in overtime by the Pistons. Pistons have only won 15 games. That is straight embarrassing. Just embarrassing. They continue to show the same flaws. Streaky offense and no defense whatsoever. Even in games where they play well, with no defense, it leaves them open to getting shocked like they did against the Pistons. So what does all this mean? It means they need more talent and they need a better plan. They need a better roster vision. Mitch has to get it together this offseason. He needs to put a better roster together. You got LaMelo Ball, you got Miles Bridges. I'm sure there's going to be teams in the offseason that's going to come after Miles Bridges, maybe even give him the max. But those are your two pieces. Those are your two pieces. And then you have to go out and build a squad. You have to have a commitment to defense. You have to play some defense because you're not going to shoot lights out the whole entire year. You're not going to shoot lights out every single game. Hornets are a good offensive team. They're not a great offensive team. They're not the Warriors, but they're a good offensive team. Most nights, they will hang an ugly number on you. The problem is they play no defense whatsoever. And when you play no defense in the NBA, the other team is always going to have a run. And can you get a stop at the end of the game? The Pistons game clearly showed that they couldn't get a stop. PJ Washington is a good defensive player. He's not a great defensive player. He's playing undersized center at 6'7", going up against Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk had a easy look at the basket, and he's a good shooter. He was knocking down threes throughout the whole game. He's a good shooter. He had a nice, easy look at a baseline shot. He took his shot. He made it. The lack in overall talent was more evident in the Bucks game, where they got completely destroyed, 130 to 106. The first quarter, they played relatively well. And then the second quarter, they just got blown off the court. They got blown off the court. What it really showed is the Charlotte Hornets does not have a elite athlete. When you're going up against a player like Giannis, who's long, athletic, and is an elite player, that is a different dimension. LaMelo Ball is an outstanding player, a future superstar. He's getting there. This is only his second year. But what you see already in the Pistons game towards the end of the game, it's hard for him to take someone off dribble without the pick and roll. He's not an elite talent. What he does have, he has length. He's a good rebounder. He can pass the ball like nobody's business. And his shot is okay at a 35% three-point shooter. But what he can't do is use his athleticism to go get you a bucket. Half the time, he's getting a pick and roll and then he drives to the basket. What the Bucks showed you is that when you have an elite talent like Giannis, he can do anything at any given time, whether it's defense or offense. He can give you whatever you need when you need it. And that's the type of player that the Charlotte Hornets need to find. Whatever it takes. You need to package Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, and if need be, Miles Bridges to pair LaMelo Ball with that type of player. Charlotte, you're on the clock. Mitch Kupchak, you are on the clock. You have to get LaMelo Ball a running mate. So where does that leave Charlotte? They're 30-33, 10th in the East. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games. Are they a lock for the 10th seed? Probably so. I mean, the only teams that are trailing the Hornets are the Wizards and the Knicks, and they're both horrible. So the Hornets can more than likely hang on to the 10th seed, but what does that mean? We saw last year they got into the play-in game and got destroyed by the Pacers. That is not what the Hornets fans want to see. They came in with a playoff mandate, a top 6 seed, get in the playoffs and do damage. Not go to the Eastern Conference Finals, but surely get out of the first round. That's what Hornets fans want, and the roster was not put together to achieve that. And so what the Hornets need to start thinking about is the 10th seed. Should they go ahead and play James Bouknight and Kai Jones down the stretch? Get them run. Get them run. And if you don't make it into the playoffs, check that. If you don't make it into the play-in game as a 10th seed, because who are you going to face? The Nets? With Kyrie, KD, and Ben Simmons? That is not a recipe to go anywhere. So what Mitch Kupchak, James Borrego need to think about is getting James Bouknight, Kai Jones, JT Thor in the lineup so that they can get significant playing time so that they can be ready to go next year. Get a defensive center in the offseason and be ready to go for 2022-23 season. I'm not going to end this video without talking about Isaiah Thomas. He was recently signed to a 10-day contract. He's been lighting it up in G League, but that's just doubling down on what the Hornets already have. They already have offensive players. To me, he's much like a Terry Rozier, a undersized 2 guard. And they already have that. Tell me this, who is Isaiah Thomas gonna guard? No one. But it's doubling down on what they have offense. Maybe it will keep them from having those bad quarters when they stop shooting and they don't rely on any defense, and maybe that will keep them in the game. But all it's going to do is just going to put another undersized guard out on the floor that can't guard anybody. And if he's not scoring, he's not providing you anything else. He's not a premier rebounder. He's not a high assist guy. He is a volume shooter. We already have that with Terry Rozier, Kelly Oubre. So again, it's going to be a decent pickup. What it shows me is that the Charlotte Hornets are floundering, running down the stretch. There's only 20 games left. They're floundering. Next game is the Cavs. Tell me, is Isaiah Thomas gonna guard Evan Mobley? Is he gonna guard Jared Allen? No, he's not. So again, it's a decent pickup. He's not a scrub. He's a good player. He deserves to be in the NBA. But again, it's just doubling down on the offense. And again, to me, it just points back to the poor roster vision that GM Mitch Kupchak has had all year. He's got to get it together, because if the Hornets don't make the play-in game, there is going to be a thought that maybe it's time for Mitch Kupchak and James Borrego to go. I don't know if we're there yet. I think they both need one more year, but that's going to be a conversation just looking how this year has played out. Relying on Gordon Hayward was never going to work out for you. And it's sorry to say, Gordon Hayward just wasn't worth it. He just wasn't worth it. He was hurt last year, never came back. And I don't believe he's coming back this year. He has a sprained ankle, but from everything that I've heard, it's strained ligaments that he has as well. So I don't believe that Gordon Hayward is coming back anytime soon. And when he was playing, he wasn't a $30 million a year player. Next game is Cleveland Cavaliers. I'll see you there. We'll have a quick reaction after the game. Thanks, Hornets fans. See you later.